Winnipeg and the world. That's even too loud too. So frustrating. Such a frustrating system that I have here. You know, there's got to be an easier way to do this. It's got to be an easier way because I'm always struggling. I want to get like right up in the microphone. I want to yell and scream and I can't because this thing just sucks. But you know what? I make do with what I have. And if I'm a little bit in the red, that's okay with me because I don't care. Anyways, it is. I don't even know what episode we're on. That's how frustrating my whole system is. I don't even know what episode I'm on. I can't even say like this is episode 15 because I don't even know. So now I got to go on YouTube and search to see which one I tell you, this is just a terrible system. Alright, let's check my channel and see. Okay, I got 5 people that subscribe to it. Okay, so it looks like we are in episode 14. Episode 14, it is Saturday, November 12th, 2016. I have got through 13 episodes. I've got through 13, so this is number 14. And, I don't know, maybe a couple of months. I do about 3 or 4 shows a month. Anyways, it's so nice to be with you today. It's still no snow, so that's okay. I don't think that snow is coming anytime soon, but probably, I would say in the next, I don't know, maybe a month or 2, I could see snow coming. So I think I wouldn't even say get your winter clothes because it's still not going to be like super duper cold. I just think there's going to get snow. There's got to get snow someday, you know. I hate saying the word snow, but it's reality. I mean, if I can go a whole year without snow, I'll be happy, but that's not realistic. And the James W. Show is a realistic show. So, with that being said, a lot has happened in the last 2 weeks. I think it's been 2 weeks since my last show. I was going to do a show a couple of days ago, and then I realized that the whole sound system wasn't working for me, and so I was like frustrated, and I was like, well, I'm not doing a show if my sound is off. So I didn't do a show last week, so this one is the one that you're going to get. A lot has happened in the world. And I'm going to tell you all about it. Right now, I'll just tell you what's on the show today. So I'm going to be talking to you guys about, obviously we're going to touch on the election that just happened a couple days ago. We're going to talk about the Blue Bombers against the BC Lions. So they're playing tomorrow. I'm going to hit on UFC 105, UFC 205 that happens tonight. We're going to be talking about, what else do I got here? I'm going to be talking about a pig in the city. We're going to talk about Toblerone. And we're going to talk about, what else have I got? Just lots of other things. So stick and stay, and I will rock out right away. What is this? Does this song sound familiar to you guys? It should. It should. You guys should know what this is. It is time for What Is Going On in Winnipeg. So I thought I'd have the Mr. Rogers theme song for it. I mean, that should make you so happy listening to that. What in the world is going on in Winnipeg? Anyway, so we have the Blue Bombers. They are playing the... Oh my God. What a classic. What a beautiful, beautiful song. Anyways, so we have the Winnipeg and the Winnipeg and the Blue Bombers. But the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, they play the BC Lions tomorrow. The Bombers have won the season series, but I guess because BC came up ahead in the standings that they get the home date. So I am looking forward to some Smash Mouth football on a Sunday and actually mean something. I find that when the CFL... Okay. I love Winnipeg. I love Winnipeg.
My neighbor.
Can you be my neighbor?
Won't you please? Won't you please?
Come to Winnipeg.
My neighbor.
What a beautiful song.
My television neighbor.
I don't know. There's a lot going on here right now. Anyways, yeah, BC Lions, Blue Bombers tomorrow. I find that when the NFL and CFL compete against each other, NFL usually always wins. So this time, I think maybe you might have a surge of people cheering on the Blue. It's been 5 years since we've been in the playoffs. I think we are due for at least a one win. I don't think we... you know what? I could see us winning today. Next week, we would play the Calgary Stampeders, who are on like a world league of their own. But they're going to be rusty. So I think... you never know. I could see the winner of this game beating Calgary next week, because Calgary's at like rusty. They've got 2 or 3 weeks where they didn't. They're just like on a bye for 3 weeks. So this would be the perfect time to get at them. So Bombers are hopefully going to win. I really hope they're going to win. I don't know if they are, but there's a good chance, right? That doesn't really speak authority or anything, because it just doesn't speak authority. I don't speak authority, so get over it. I don't think anybody's be taking my sound clips and being like, "Oh, what does James have to say?" No. What does James have to say? That is a good question. The Winnipeg Jets are rolling right now. Mark Scheifele is leading the league in points, if you can believe that or not. Yeah, he is at 20 points, 10 goals, 10 assists in 16 games. Right below him, we have Patrick Laine, 16 points. He's got 11 goals. Underneath that, you got Nick Ehlers, 16 games, 14 points. And these guys are combined 15 plus 15. So it means that they are... on their lines, they get more goals than they let in, so they're doing something right now. They're doing something right, and you got good goaltending by Connor Hellebuck there. So if you can just kind of keep playing the way that they're playing right now, I think the Jets could make the playoffs. I know it sounds nuts, sounds crazy actually, but I think that's more of a realistic situation. If anything, maybe like even between 7th and 8th place, maybe 9th place, but I'd say around there. There's a good chance that they can do that. Yeah, so they played, what's this now? Mama, I'm coming home. Mama, I'm coming home. Yeah, so the Jets played the Avalanche yesterday in a back-to-back. They lost in overtime. Fluke goal that they lost on. I won't even talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. But I had this pretty nice setup. I was watching the Jets game in my bedroom yesterday, so that was kind of cool. Normally I go out to the bars to watch them, or I'll watch them at work. But this time I was like, you know what? Let's get all romantic and watch the Jets game in the bedroom. Obviously the girlfriend was sleeping, so it wasn't romantic. But it's just nice to just do whatever I wanted. Anyways, so that's that. The last thing about I want to talk about Winnipeg, I guess in the last few weeks. Minus tax crap and all. I don't even want to bore you guys with that kind of stuff. But there's this pig. I'm reading a story about this pig. It's a Winnipeg woman. She has to wait another month to find out if she's allowed to keep her pot-bellied pig. There's this pig called Podgy. He's 5 years old. So this woman, I guess, she has gone through emotional times. I'm not sure what exactly has happened to this girl. They don't really say. But she has a connection to this pig, you know? And a lot of people are saying, well, why doesn't she just get a cat or dog? And I guess this pig and her have a special bond. And I think it's important from the James W. Show that we support this. Because, you know, I would like to have a pig too. But I hope everything works out for her. We find out December 2nd if she's allowed to have an exemption for the pig. And I guess this pig is kept as a service animal for her. The city's animal agency says hogs and other livestock are not permitted in the city under the responsible pet ownership bylaw. So this agency is basically saying, like, they want to remove Podgy. But she said, no, hell no, that's my pet. So I hope that she keeps that pet. I hope she's allowed to keep the pet. And I know I talked about it a couple weeks ago. It was like there's a pigeon racing. This guy want to have a pigeon racing thing in his house, and he got support from the city. But then they're like trying to take him. Like people that lived in the area are like, oh, all this crap is gonna happen. I gotta find out about that one too, because I support that too. I support anybody that wants to do anything fun in their house that, you know, like the citizens are all like demanding and protesting and stuff. I support, you know, free speech and free, you know, if you want to have a pet donkey or something, you should be allowed to. I don't care what, you know, what anybody else says. Obviously I won't have one, but, you know. So I hope she gets that pig. I hope she can keep the pig, and I actually like to meet the pig. Holy, 13 minutes already? This is terrible. Well, that's it for the Winnipeg news. Let's get on to what would be a good theme song for... Let's do that. Oh. Do you guys know what this song is? Yes, it's time for Around the World News. So remember, like, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago, me along with my buddy Chris, we had the idea of coming up with a road trip. Well, this is what the road trip kind of in my mind was supposed to be about. Just talking about like non-Winnipeg stuff, just throwing a bunch of things at you, like boom, 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 this happened in here and whatever. So this is the road trip. I'm gonna call it the road trip. So this is all the non-Winnipeg stuff. This is all the non-Manitoba stuff. This is just whatever I see a newspaper article, and I'm just gonna cut it out. So I got a bunch of things I cut out here. So the first thing I guess to talk about would be the election that just happened. Election that just happened a couple days ago. Honestly, I don't know. I'm so torn. I'm not torn, but I'm torn. Obviously, I couldn't vote. You can't vote for an American president or whatever. Donald Trump won. He's the elected president of the United States, and it blows my mind that he's even elected, and all the things that he said, all the terrible things he said. But I think people are just so mad at. I think you got your two different. I think personally, people aren't ready to vote for a woman president. As terrible as that sounds, I think that's just reality. People are just so fed up with career politicians that they're ready to vote for change. They're ready to vote for somebody new. And here's this guy, saying the most inappropriate things one could possibly say. And people don't care about that. They just wanted to vote for change. And personally, again, if Bernie Sanders had been going up against Donald Trump, he would have won, because I hate to say it, he's a guy. People weren't ready to vote for women. And I mean, people my age and even younger were kind of taught that women are equal. Like, that's how I feel anyways. So she probably got a lot of vote from my generation. But the older the generation, like the 60-year-old people, they're not ready for a woman president yet. I'm sorry to say, it's just reality. Like, you can't just all of a sudden say, okay, you are, because you can't just say like change a person like immediately, like their views. Like, you're gonna have the feelings for your whole life, and all of a sudden somebody's like, oh, maybe we should vote for a woman president. No, it doesn't work that way. We're all kind of set in our own ways. But my generation and the one before were kind of taught that, women are equal. And so I think just not ready for a woman. This is just not time for a woman president. As much as I hate to say it, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Maybe in 20 years, 15 years, maybe there'll be a woman president. I think if any woman gets it, it'll be probably Barack Obama's wife, Michelle Obama. I think she'd be the one that would be the one to get the woman president, because I felt like Barack Obama was pretty popular, and his wife was popular too, so you never know with that one, right? But yeah, the Donald won. He is the president of the United States, which just, again, blows my mind. And with that too, there was a lot of debate. I guess not really debate, but I guess when you do your when you I guess you get your election ballot or whatever, if you're from certain states, you can vote on certain things, right? So a couple states in the United States. What is this song? Oh yeah, Dreamer. A couple of states legalized marijuana, and I think that's a great thing. I'm personally of the belief that it should be legalized, instead of like not drug dealers, but like organized crime getting all that money. At least the government can get that money, and they get taxes for it, whatever. So it looks like Nevada voted for it, California voted for it, and Massachusetts voted for the legalization of marijuana. I think that's a great thing. Canada looks like they're going to do it early next year. And again, I really don't think it's as harmful. I actually think alcohol is more harmful than marijuana. So if governments can get money, I don't know kind of where I stand. I'm kind of mixed. I see it as being a good thing, and I see it as being a bad thing. But as long as there are, it's the way I see it too. Like, a lot of people, will try marijuana for the first time when they legalize it, and it might be just like a shock to their system. So I hope like the governments have plans in place, like maybe certain age groups. Starting at like 25 or 24, then you can, go to like a marijuana bar or whatever they're going to do. I could see like liquor stores obviously having marijuana. I just think it's about time, as long as it kind of stays at that, and it's, it's controlled, and I don't see it being a bad thing. But again, at the same time, you just got to make sure that it's in the right hands, and it's not just like 16-year-olds can get it, because that'd be crap. But 3 states approved, I guess voted for the whatever. So maybe the next election there'll be 3, and then it'll multiply and whatever. So that's exciting. What's not exciting? Toblerone. The chocolate. They're offering they're offering 10% less product for the same price. And so I guess what's, you had Toblerone, it's damn good chocolate, right? But so they got like Peaks. What do they call them? Peaks? I guess a Toblerone's supposed to like look like I don't know what it's supposed to look like a mountain. Created in 1908 in Switzerland, the shape of the bar may have looked like the Swiss Alps before. Now it's a bit more Holland. I don't know what that means because I've never been to Holland or I've never been to Switzerland. I think personally, a European vacation is definitely in the books. I would definitely like to go to Europe, go see the world. But I guess they're offering less products, so people are getting mad. People are upset by this. Personally, I don't care because I've only had Toblerone maybe like twice my whole lifetime. But I do remember it being good chocolate. But people get mad when you try and do things like that. When you try and like chimp out on things, you know. Like you can't do that. Like just kind of do your thing. If you're gonna charge more then. Charge an extra 8 cents or 9 cents if you have to, but don't make the product smaller. They did that with bacon like a little while ago too. They did that, and I was like, you guys, don't do that. But they did it anyways. I tried to tell them. I emailed all the bacon packaging plants, and I'm like, don't do this, guys. The James W is gonna come after you. And they still did it anyways. So now they sell less bacon in a package, and they charge the same price, which is crap. So, but they suited, everybody does that. Like coffee does that, coffee maker, coffee, whatever. So that is that. So I hope that Toblerone listens to me, because you guys can't do what you're doing, because you're going to make people very, very, very upset. And another, it's good, perfect timing. You know who else is upset? It's reading a story, and this story blows my mind. This is a true story. I couldn't tell you where it happened. I couldn't tell you where it happened, but it's such a crazy story. But anyway, so guess what happened? A bride and groom they're getting married, and the bride hires a photographer, one of her photographers, to do the wedding, right? And so the photographer's taking pictures of them the whole time, and like they're having a great time, great night with their family and their friends. And then, I guess like the week later, the groom gets the pictures, and there's not one picture with the bride. Now, see, personally, I would be absolutely livid if that situation happened to me, because those memories, the groom he's always going to have the memories of the two of them, and like their experience together, but there'll be no photographer, I don't even think that's a word. There'll be no evidence that they're, like there's pictures of them, right? There's no evidence of it, right? So I guess she's got some low self-esteem or something. I don't know. And so this guy goes, my wife has always been camera shy. When we first started dating, she would delete any photograph I took of her. After a few years, she permitted a few if no one else saw them. Okay, so obviously there's something not right there. There's something not right there. So he continues, he goes, we got married 2 weeks ago. We had a very small wedding and no honeymoon, but the wedding was really nice. My wife looked absolutely beautiful and happy. She doesn't really dress up, and this was the first time I had seen her in a dress. So it was a welcome surprise. So what this guy, he loves his wife, and he sees her all dressed up, and he's like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? Amazing. And then, so I guess he confronted her about this, and she confessed that she had paid him extra not to photograph her. Can you believe that? Our families are asking for wedding pictures, and I don't know what to tell them. This guy, poor guy, he's so mad at himself. And he's like, I don't know what to do, is what he's saying. And everybody's like, well, you guys better not have kids before you fix this. This girl has no media accounts, social media accounts, and has apologized. But she doesn't understand what she did wrong, right? And he finishes off with, he goes, I wanted a picture of my wife to remember how she looked on that special day. Is that too much to ask? It is not too much to ask. That is absurd. I have never heard of anything like this before. Poor guy. So people are, obviously he went to a Reddit It's a website thing where you can post things, and people are basically saying like, okay, this girl's got lack of self-esteem, she needs therapy before you have kids. So that's, yeah, I wouldn't even think about having kids right now. I would get therapy, but it's kind of sad that this guy got married to her 2 weeks ago, and he's already thinking like, what the hell's this? There's only so much you could take, right? But, and here's the side note here. This is the clincher here. The wedding photographer says there may in fact be pictures of this bride. So this guy might be able to get pictures of the bride, and if that's the case, maybe that there might not have to be therapy. But I probably would still go to therapy. I think there's something not right there. Personally, I would have like 1,000 pictures of my, if I was getting married, I would have 1,000 pictures of my bride. Just her, not me, because I'm the ugly one. But just kidding. I'm not. That's kind of all that I got for you guys. I think that I've touched on a lot of things. I've touched on 27 minutes of just crap talk to you guys, but I've changed things up a little bit. Again, I'm making progress. I'm working things out, what works, what not works. I was going to do the Forgotten Artist of the Week. You know what? I could do that. I'm going to do that right now. Just give me 2 seconds here. Yeah, and we're going to do that. Okay, I got one right here. Okay, this is the Forgotten Artist of the Week. You guys, this is a classic. Classic song. Yes. Okay, this is the Forgotten Artist of the Week. I decided to do it. You guys got to tell me who this is. And then I'm going to get the hell out of here. Till the chorus comes in, and then I'll Cinderella. Easily, that song used to be my favorite song growing up. 1996. That is the Wallflowers, One Headlight. If that's what you guessed right, you have 30 points added to your score. They haven't really done much. They've been together since 1989. It looks like they are on a hiatus right now. Yeah, it sounds like... Okay, so it sounds like they released an album in 2012. Honestly, I don't even remember that. Oh my god. I honestly couldn't tell you. I didn't know that. I thought like they released one album and that was it. But it looks like they had released lots of albums after this album. Bringing Down the Horse. I remember like back in the day, like really back in the day, we would get like things in the mail, like brochures in the mail. It was like, okay, you get four albums for the price of one album, and in order to get like that deal, you had to buy like 2 albums with over the next like year. I think it was Columbia Records or something like that. And I remember like my dad always saying like, okay, James and Chris, my brother, would be like, you guys can pick one album each. And I was like, this is so cool. I get my own album. And I remember going through like this little brochure, and the first album that I got was like top hits of the 1984 or something. I'm like, in my mind, like, why the hell would I do that? So I remember like getting this album. It was like a mixed compilation of like a bunch of songs. I didn't know any song except for Baby Got Back, and I was like, this song's freaking awesome, but the rest of the album just pure crap, right? But what a cool system that was. Like, let me turn this down a little bit, but it was like, I think even like my dad would join it, and I remember this song was, or this, I got one of this album through that. So we're going back like almost 20 years ago. And it's just kind of funny, like how it used to be back in the day. Like if you wanted an album, you couldn't go on iTunes, or you couldn't do this, or couldn't do that. I mean, iTunes just changed everything about how, like iTunes basically killed the CD, in my opinion. But so it's just kind of funny how, like, it's just kind of funny how it all works out. But that was the Wallflowers One Headlight, and I'm gonna bid you adieu because I'm at 32 minutes now, and that's enough for me. So I hope everything works out for you guys. I hope it works out for the pig lady. I hope that she gets to keep her pig. I think we should be giving, as much as it pains me to say this, I think we should be giving Donald Trump a little bit of a pass. Let him do his thing for a couple of, at least a year. I see there's already riots and stuff. Well, you know what? If you're going to riot, you should have voted for Hillary. You have no excuse. You shouldn't, that's what drives me nuts. People just riot you got to have a riot for a reason, like Black Lives Matter. Okay, that's a good reason. I don't know, like rally for the pig, or, like just something actually meaningful. Because your person didn't win the election doesn't mean that you should riot. You just look like morons, in my honest opinion. As much as Donald Trump said some crappy things over the last little while, I don't know if he deserves it or not. So I just think let's give the man a chance. I mean, he could do some good things. He could do some bad things. Like I said, I really, really, really thought that Stephen Harper was an amazing prime minister, like really like tough on crime and tough left and right, but he wasn't popular with a lot of people, and people didn't want to vote him in again. So what I think is not what other people think. So give the man a chance. I'm tired of seeing on my news feed on Facebook every 3 seconds like another post about Donald Trump. Okay, it's time to get over it. Just accept it, move on, and hope that maybe the Democrats smarten up and they elect somebody who's, maybe younger, or even Bernie Sanders. Sanders is the man. He's Mr. like cool. I like Bernie Sanders. Anyways, it was a pleasure talking to you guys. It's nice to be back after a 2-week hiatus. I'm posting this right away, so I hope you guys have a great weekend. Remembrance Day was yesterday. Yeah. It's just, it's one of those days where I really think a lot should be closed. Like a lot of the businesses should be closed. Like it's one of those, it's such a strong day, like a powerful day. I don't think you need to go to the bar. I don't think you need to buy a ton of different groceries. I think you should be able to just get your essentials and that's it. Again, you can't do that anymore. Everything's got to be open. If you're a bar, you can be open any day of the year. I don't know. Anyways, salute to the military that are currently in, overseas, that are battling for freedom. Much respect to you guys, and to the, World War I, World War II, I really appreciate what you guys have done. And I thank you for your service and giving me this incredible life that I have, that I get to share with my family and my friends and my kids. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And with that said, I hope you guys have a great day. And I will talk to you tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but I will be back next week, early next week, for my 15th show. I'm hoping to make it by 20 by the end of the year. With that said, I hope you have a great day. And thank you very much for listening to my show. And I will talk to you later. Okay, see you on the bus tomorrow.